We are in Queensland at the moment, guys. We're at Australia Zoo, 51 years of Australia Zoo. We're having a chat with Luke, who's the general manager. Luke, I love your story. So you were in year 11.
Yep.
You got a job here while you're still in school. Tell me about that job.
15 years old. My first job was taking care of koalas. And loved every minute of it.
And now, 15 years later, you are the general manager here. You live at the zoo. You live at Australia Zoo.
I do. No 2 days are the same. One day we're researching crocodiles or taking care of koalas. Every day is different and absolutely love it.
This is a little bit off topic, but when you live at Australia Zoo, if you order Uber Eats, how do you coordinate that?
Oh, look, I definitely can get it delivered to the front gate. There's not much option around, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit sidetracked by that. Let's talk about this beautiful little creature. This one is from Kangaroo Island.
She is.
Tell us the story of Popcorn.
Popcorn's now 2 years old.
Yep.
She was orphaned on Kangaroo Island during last year's bushfires, so our team went down, helped save over 650 koalas with the team down there. Popcorn couldn't be released back to the wild, so now she lives out her life here.
What a beautiful animal Popcorn is, and such a great job. That was devastating, Kangaroo Island effect on the wildlife there. Now, quickly, obviously a big part of the draw card with coming to Australia Zoo is to hear the stories, to see the photos, to meet the Irwins. You know them so well.
Yeah.
Can you give us a bit of insight? Can we learn something about a couple of the Irwins? So, for something we might not know about Robert, for example, who's on the show later on.
Robert has grown up so much. When I started, he was 2 years old, and he's such an adamant surfer. So, like Steve was, Robert surfs probably every day.
Okay,
every
that's
afternoon.
good. What about Bindi?
Bindi's probably genuinely the nicest person you'll ever meet. If you sneeze around her, she'll buy you flowers.
Okay, I'll test that later. Actually, maybe I shouldn't with COVID times. And what about Terry?
Terry's probably the best boss you could ask for.
Yeah.
She never. I don't know. She would never ask you to do something she wouldn't do herself.
Yeah, she must trust you if you're allowed to live at the zoo. That is so cool, mate. Well, thank you for sharing the animals with us this morning. Congratulations on your amazing career path. How cool is that? Gets a job in year 11 and 15 years later is the general manager here and living at the zoo.
Sam Mack is at Australia Zoo on the Sunshine Coast with all your weather this morning and with young Robert.
The great man, here he is, Robert Irwin. This is very exciting. Thank you so much for having us, Robert.
Mate, thank you so much for coming in. Welcome to the African savannah.
Amazing.
You got rhinos coming in behind you. Watch out.
So they can't get through here, though, can they?
Well, hopefully not.
That
we'll
hesitation is concerning.
Look at your outfit, though, mate.
Thank you very much.
You're ready to go.
I'm like if someone went to Bali and wanted to buy Robert Irwin but couldn't afford to buy the real one, so they got the wish version, the imitation version of Robert Irwin. But you've got to commit. I feel like an honorary Irwin today.
Absolutely, you are indeed, mate. You are.
Thanks for having us. So let's talk about these guys. How many rhinos? They're obviously endangered. So talk us through the conservation that the zoo's doing with the rhinos.
Well, rhinos are now a critically endangered species. These guys are white rhinos, and they're cousins in the wild. There's only about 5,000 black rhinos left. So we support these guys in the wild. They're doing it tough from poaching. So when you come into Australia Zoo and you meet a rhino, all that money goes straight back into protecting them.
I love how excited you still get. I mean, you've grown up in the zoo, you've grown up around animals, you get closer than anybody, but even as they were a few metres away just a few minutes ago, you were saying, oh my God, it's like real-life dinosaurs, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, it never gets old. You're next to a 2-ton animal, that massive horn, and they're honestly like giant Labradors. We've got one named DJ. You can go in with him, you can give him a scratch, give him a cuddle.
Really?
He's so sweet. So, yeah, it's so much fun.
It's so challenging at the moment with the lack of international tourists who normally are a huge part of coming to check out. It's one of the big draw cards for Australia is to come to Australia Zoo. How are you guys going with the lack of international tourists?
Yeah, well, you know, it has definitely been tough and it's a crazy time that we're all going through, but I think locals have stepped up, you know, like we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And right now we're really trying to give everyone the best experience ever. Right now for school holidays, the whole family, we're getting in feeding crocs. We've got a massive obstacle course going up and all this fun stuff going on. You can ride horses and it's really a way to kind of give back to that local community. And we're seeing people, just Queenslanders, coming in who've never been here before.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's really nice to see. And I think after lockdown, after COVID, we all need time to go and cuddle a koala or cuddle a rhino, you know? We need that.
I love that. There's a tourism campaign. Cuddle a rhino if you dare. That's so cool. And you know, another great thing is a lot of people may have visited here, say 5, 7, 8 years ago. You can come and see those animals that were babies when you came to visit, now all grown up as well.
Absolutely, that's it. We're constantly working on new things. You know, right now, Australia Zoo, we're revamping so much of what we got here. We're going to have elephants on the way.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot going on. Every time you visit Australia Zoo, there's something new. And that's something Dad wanted to instill, is that passion for wildlife for everyone. And if you can come in here, be 2 foot away from giant rhinos, mate, it just gets them into your heart, doesn't it?
Yeah, you
so
should be really
special.
proud, mate. We're going to have more
Thank
with
you.
Robert Irwin. He's going to stick around coming up in the next half an hour. But just a reminder, guys, you're in Queensland. You've got to come and check out Australia Zoo. There's so much to see here. We'll be back with more in half an hour.
Yeah. Okay, Sam Mack is at Australia Zoo on the Sunshine Coast today.
What a treat. What a great way to start the week here at Australia Zoo. Come and check it out if you haven't visited for a while. Robert Irwin joining us and a special
G'day.
friend. Robert, this is the Hound.
This is the Hound.
Yeah, tell me about
he's-
the Hound, an alligator.
It's a tough name for a little gator. Look at that little face. So this guy is one of our younger American alligators. Obviously, these guys aren't Australian. They're from the United States. But we've got plenty of their close relatives, the saltwater crocs. They're a lot of fun. These guys are my favourites. Crocodilians, I just love them so much.
Yeah.
Do you want to hold him?
Sure, let's do it.
All right,
So
now-
any technique that I need to know
Just
about?
one hand straight under there.
Under
and
there,
one hand
yeah.
straight under. He is grumpy. You can hear he's hissing. So just
Great,
watch
good
him.
timing to hand him to me.
But,
Thanks, Robert.
there you go. You're doing it.
They
Now,
feel so silky.
yes, they're quite
skin.
soft, hey. I mean, you've earned your car keys now.
I have,
Now
yeah.
you've held an alligator, you're good to go.
Being an Irwin is easy.
That's it. That's all there is to it. But you know, these guys, crocodilians in general, they're a bit of an unloved, misunderstood kind of animal. You
Yeah.
know? So when you get to get up nice and close to them and see them firsthand, you realise just how special they are. You see their cute little feet, their soft
Wow.
little tummies.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful,
This is
aren't they?
incredible. We'll have more with Robert in a moment, but let's do a check of your weather. I love your passion and I love your positivity, and you're always so engaged and complimentary towards the animal. But just before, I was trying to make you crack to see, like, is there an animal that you don't love? And you wouldn't admit that there's an animal, but you said there is a particular animal here at the zoo that you maybe don't get along with.
That is true. Yes, there's an animal that I love, but they don't particularly love me. We've got a wombat by the name of Bunker, and
Yeah.
he's a lovely, lovely wombat. Except he tries to kill you. He is absolutely. I mean, give me an alligator, give me a crocodile any day. Wombats are nuts.
Wouldn't it
They
be
really are.
embarrassing if you were taken down by a wombat?
It would be, especially because he's about the height of my shin.
Yeah. So you're turning into the wombat hunter out here
Yes,
then?
the wombat hunter.
Yeah.
I like that. Probably not quite the same ring as crocodile hunter.
No. And just quickly, let's talk about Bindi. You're an uncle now. How's uncle life going for you?
Mate, it's incredible. Little Grace is just gorgeous. Bindi's doing so good. You know,
Yeah.
she's really been taking time to focus on her little family, and her and Chandler, they are just the best parents. I'm honoured that I get to be a part of little Grace's life, and I mean, it just feels like this new chapter for our family.
Yeah,
it's
congratulations.
really lovely.
Have you been trusted to do uncle duties unsupervised yet? Have you had one-on-one time, just you looking after Grace?
I have, yes. You know, what I've actually been doing, I've been trying to teach her to play the guitar.
Really?
She's only 3 months old. But I've been playing guitar for her, and she really, really loves it.
Yeah,
So that's
okay.
been my thing. And I hear you play a bit of guitar as well.
Oh,
so
stop bringing it up. Yeah, Tone
you know.
Deaf Leopard on Instagram if you want to follow it. We've got Chris Brown, your mate. Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you for showing us around here today.
No
Keep up
worries.
your amazing work, because it's not only the zoo itself, which is a lot of fun, and there's always something new happening here. It's also the incredible conservation work that you
That's
guys
it.
do. And we want to go on that trip to the park up near Cape York one
Yes,
day.
yeah, for a crocodile research,
Yes.
the Steve Irwin Wildlife
Let's
Reserve.
lock that in.
Let's
I'm
catch some
keen. I've got the
crocs.
car keys ready to go. I'll even iron it for the occasion. We'll be back with more in half an hour.
We never even noticed all the creases. Thank you very much, Sam Mack.